You're listening to Keeping It 100 with Mel and Bruce, sponsored by the 100 Black Men of Las Vegas. What they see is what they'll be. I'm Mel Tiller, your host. I'm thrilled to be with you today. And we have as our guest a gentleman who is a foster parent. He has fostered 35 young people. He is a community organizer. And yes, he wants to be the next assemblyman representing District 4. His name is Hunter Cain. Hunter, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mel. Thank you for that great introduction.
Hunter, we're going to start this off just a little bit different. I want you to talk to me about being a foster parent. I salute all of you all who do that. And you have fostered 35 young people.
Yes. So, and it's not just fostering. Well, let me start saying that all of my kids are what they call higher level of care. So it's not mommy and daddy had a fight, take the son. It's something traumatic happened to that youth, and that youth is no longer safe in the home. So those are the young men that I bring into my home. I've had 35 since 2015 come through my home the entire time. I became the forever parent, as we call it in the foster world, to 11 of them. Meaning that I've adopted a few, some of them have aged out, and I'm still dad and coming around. I have often told everybody, I would love for you to consider being a foster parent. It is not the easiest thing sometimes, but it's absolutely the most rewarding. And to know where some of my sons were headed and where I was able to deter them and have them go the other way, I mean, it speaks for itself. It absolutely does.
Talk to me about why you decided to become a foster parent.
So it actually came about with, I'm not sure if you had a chance to meet the late, great Assemblyman Tyrone Thompson. He actually came about as a friendly challenge. I always like to tout about, oh, I've done this with Stand Up for Kids, and I've done that for Big Brother Sister. He's like, well, none of that's here in Nevada. What are you going to do for us? So I was like, okay, not a problem. So I went out there and became a foster parent. Literally, what started as a friendly little jab came to that. And then he even said, that's great, do more. And I became a substitute teacher. So I was like, okay. And then, unfortunately he passed where we couldn't, but if he kept edging me on, who knows? I'd be running every youth program here in the city.
So you are running for the Nevada Assembly and you want to represent District 4. Why do you want to be an assemblyman for District 4?
Yeah, Mel, as we've been talking right now, the two things you need to know about. I believe in our community and I believe in service. So service of country, I am a decorated Army combat veteran who served in Operation Iraqi Freedom, Enduring Freedom, and New Dawn. I have service to the state. I'm a former Nevada Guardsman and a Congressional District Community Outreach Director for Congresswoman Dina Titus. Service of community as a foster parent, CCSD educator, community organizer. I even lead a fan club, where our primary mission and belief is in infinite diversity and infinite combinations. So our community, on that aspect is also very hungry for personal growth and expansion. One of the things that our job as legislators is to help lift the roadblocks so everyone can find that perfect job. They can start that small business they've always been thinking about, or even purchase that dream home. And I have a sincere belief that only a servant of the people can bring about this meaningful change that we need in our community.
So talk to me about the biggest challenges you believe are facing District 4 and the state of Nevada.
Absolutely. So District 4 cares about care. So I'm going to lump it all into one thing. That's healthcare, medical care, mental health care, child care, preventative care. So one of the things that we need a lot more of is care in our community. And I think one great way to accomplish that is make, telehealth and mobile health more accessible to people. I think it'd be really great, as a busy parent, I don't always have time to take off half a day to go sit in the doctor's office. But to be able to log on really quick, I'm at the comfort of my home, the doctors at their home, their office, and able to do things a heck of a whole lot faster, I think could help our community greatly. Education is a huge part of my platform. As you are well aware, we are consistently one of the top 3 states with underperforming schools. So we are just not doing it right. I don't blame anyone. I don't think, it's a pointing fingers things as a lot of people do. I think the problem that we have is that we try to fit the traditional education system in Southern Nevada, and that's not possible. So one of the things I've been talking with some fellow educators is I would love to reimagine how we're doing schools. We're already the worst performing, so we can try to climb back up to the top, or we can just do things differently. I know with my son specifically, while I would love them to go to college because that's what I learned and that's what my parents learned and everybody learned, they're not meant for college. They're meant for trades. They're meant for, first responders, as one of my sons are, in military service and things like that. So why don't we have a school system that can help direct people, starting their junior year? We could literally direct people towards the trades, and which we're short in quite a few different areas right now. On top of that, it would bring in more educators because now we're educating people in specific type of topics. So there's just different ways that we can turn around and handle the school system better than it is today. And then, of course, community resources. So, in District 4, we have a large veteran and first responder population in that area. And there are so many people who don't even know about the cost saving programs that are available to them. And unfortunately, in their busy lives, they don't have, again, time to stop, go to a government building and say, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? So it's our job, again, as legislators, to bring the resources directly to them with community fairs, barbecues. Let's do something where we're inviting the community services to come out into the communities so people can learn more about it overall.
Okay, I like all of that. As a legislator, you will be legislating. What will be your first bill if you are elected?
My first bill. So near and dear to my heart is I would love to do. Okay. So there's 2 things that came to my mind. But the first one that I want to say,
yeah, I want to know the very first one.
And I'm going to take a little personal privilege here if I'm elected, by the people. And I think the first issue I want to tackle would deal directly with our foster youth. So one of the things that I do is bring in preteen teenage boys specifically. And there are some basic skills, some basic things that could probably help foster youth, foster parents, the foster community. One of the first things, very first bill is probably going to be a foster parent bill of rights. Right now, I, as a foster parent, have no say-so in anything my kids do. And the Department of Family Services is quick to let me know that I am a glorified babysitter.
Wow.
We have no rights in the courts. We need to ask permission to, cut their fingernails and give them a haircut. So we need to have a foster parent bill of rights where it's our job to stand up and advocate for our youth, and something that would allow us to push back just a little bit on the Department of Family Services when it comes to how they kind of take over a home to fit their needs, not giving any, thought process to what that family needs. So I think that's probably my first bill. Second one that I would slide in there would probably have to do with veterans.
All right, let's go with number 2.
I think, veteran care is a huge ordeal with me. Last month was Suicide Prevention Month. And, there's a great organization here in town called Forgotten Not Gone. And yes, I love their slogan. It talks about, the 22 veteran suicide that happen every day. 22 veterans a day is 22 damn much. And their entire purpose is, get out the damn house, is what they say all the time. Let's find some different avenues to help give that mental health. And we don't need to have professionals for this. We don't need to have an entire school of mental health professionals going out there. What we need to do is we need to have more veterans organizing with other veterans. I feel better when I speak to other veterans who've been through what I've been through. And I'll be honest, I feel at distance with professionals who are trying to tell me that my feelings are invalid or I should think a different way. So I think quite literally, having veterans setting up community centers or going to community centers and helping other veterans lead talks, maybe different meditations, whatever has helped them, I think is what we need more of here.
All right. You know, we all look for role models. Each of us have many, 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 many role models. What legislator would you consider to be your role model? Somebody who's doing such a great job, you look at them and think, that's what I need to model.
Which legislature? Okay. I want to give you one at each of the different levels.
Okay, I like that.
I would say on the federal level, I'm a huge fan of Congresswoman Susie Lee. What she's doing in the community, you know, people like to play politics with people. However, you know, she seems to care less about the politics and more about the community, which is where my focus is sincerely at. On the state level, for similar reasons, Assemblywoman Shea Backus, dear friend of mine, and one of the things I love is that I'm able to go and, you know, talk to her about different type of things. Same thing with Assemblyman Ruben De Silva. You know, we joke about it all the time as a substitute teacher. You know, when he's in the assembly, I'm like, if you need someone for your class, I'm here. They're both two great role models. And then even on the city level, I'm a huge fan of Brian Knudsen. He's kind of he's Las Vegas, I want to say Ward 1, maybe 3, somewhere in there. But you know, I follow a lot of what he does. The care that he gives to the programs that he wants to put forward, and the things that he does out in the community are things that I want to emulate. Yeah.
All right, fantastic. There are some people who want to hear from you. Please give us your contact information.
Absolutely. So the easiest way to get in contact with me is going to electhuntercain.com. Cain is spelled CAIN.com, or you can go to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and you can just search up Hunter Cain for Nevada or Cain for Nevada and be in there. Or feel free to send me a quick text or call. The best number to reach me is going to be area code 725. The number is 212-0560. I always want to hear from people, and you know, would love to sit down and talk, even if you disagree with me. I have plenty of friends who disagree with me, and I just love to sit there and talk and find out what are we disconnecting on, and how can I help.
All right, you've been wonderful, very gracious with your time. What would you like to leave our listening audience with?
I think the number one thing that I would love to leave you guys with is win or lose. Go to Hunter or electhuntercain.com. One of the things that we're going to be doing with our campaign is not just give me money, let me do this. What we want to do is we want to give you the resources. So on there will be links to city, state, federal resources that you'll be able to utilize, different upcoming community or block parties and different things like that, just so you guys know that there's at least one person in the community that's out there looking for you. So you can go to Elect Hunter Cain and find out what upcoming things are going to be there to be able to support you.
Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Hunter Cain. He's a foster parent. He has fostered 35. I want to say that one more time. He has fostered 35 young people. He is an organizer, and he wants to be your next assemblyman. Thank you very much for joining the show. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to Keeping It 100 with Mel and Bruce, sponsored by the 100 Black Men of Las Vegas. What they see is what they'll be. I'm Mel Tiller, your host, and until next time, keep it 100.